The United States military responding to the latest missile test from North Korea with another show of force. American warplanes joining fighter jets from South Korea and Japan for bombing drills above the Korean Peninsula. The drills just days after North Korea fired a mid-range missile right over Japan. Analysts say, as I mentioned, it flew far enough that it could have reached the United States territory of Guam had it been sent in that direction. President Trump's national security advisor told Chris Wallace on Fox News Sunday yesterday that the United States has to act quickly in dealing with North Korea.
This regime is so close now to threatening the United States and others with a nuclear weapon that we really have to move with a great deal of urgency on sanctions, on diplomacy, and on preparing, if necessary, a military option.
General H.R. McMaster would not say where the president would draw the line before taking any military action. Greg Palcott live in South Korea's capital of Seoul. Greg?
Hey, Sheb, let me give you a little more color on that show of force over the Korean Peninsula. It was, in fact, 2 Air Force B-1 bombers and 4 Marine F-35 fighter jets. They came out of Guam and Japan, basically in the same kind of formation that you would see if there was an attack being made on North Korea. And according to reports, they made a very close maneuver up to, but not including, the DMZ, and then they dropped live bombs on a test range in South Korea. According to neighbors, they were quite shaken up by it all. This on Monday, Shep, we heard from the South Korean defense minister. He gave kind of a summing up of where North Korea stands right now, and it was not a pleasant picture. He claims that they have basically completed their development on the intermediate range ballistic missile, the thing that we saw blast last week. He says they're in their final stages of development on the ICBMs. Of course, those are the things that could hit the U.S. mainland. And he also says, and they've been watching this, there could be another test at the nuclear site in North Korea at any time. Finally, officials here are listening to what North Korea has been saying today as well. The foreign ministry there for the regime of Kim Jong-un blasting the new sanctions that were approved by the UN Security Council last week, saying that they were against the people of North Korea, and also saying that it would only accelerate the efforts by the regime to develop their arsenal both of missiles and nuclear weapons, the kind of thing, Shep, that we probably will hear from the North Korean foreign minister when he takes the rostrum on Friday at the UN General Assembly. Back to you.
Greg Palcott live in Seoul, South Korea. Thanks.